Good morning. Everyone have a happy new year? All right. 2019 is going to be unbelievable. We're going to make Omaha great again. So, guys, I'm ready. 2018 was probably more stressful from a real estate perspective than any of us wanted, but I think most of that's behind us. I truly believe that what has occurred in bringing this together has been nothing short of a miracle. I continue to tell my bosses that all the time, how great we are. But I really believe we got a lot of fun ahead of us. I believe that we're a much stronger organization now than we've ever been in the past. And I really do look forward to moving forward in 2019. I want to make sure we all get engaged, that we as a leadership team are helping you guys fine-tune your message, your communications with your buyers and your sellers to let them understand the value that we have in the market share we have, in the power that we have in this building, right? The number one job you guys have, in my opinion, when you're talking to sellers is to tell them as a listing agent, is my job is to create interest and activity. And we have the most powerful tool in North America. We really do. The best way I know to create interest and activity is to talk to other productive agents working with potential buyers on a daily basis. We are the largest, most productive office in North America. I expect this office, not counting the Regency office, not counting the Sarpy County office, to do 11,000 transactions this year. That's incredible. So you guys got to use the power of what we have. We've got to make sure we're doing a good job of communicating that message to you to say, here's the Berkshire Hathaway advantages that we have, so you can relay that to your buyers, your sellers, to add value to them so they want to do business with you. And not only do they want to do business with you, they want to pay you more. So that's our goal through this whole year. We've got an obscene number of mastermind groups going. I want to get Mark and Brian Fraser and Mark Lears to start doing a couple of these with me. So if there's more of you that want to jump in mastermind groups, I think we've already got 14 of them going. Where's Heather? Heather, I'm not going to add any more to Heather. She's already in 11 of them. She'll shoot me. But we want you guys to get engaged in that process if you want to. So please reach out to Brooke. We'll get you on a list. I'll get together with both Mark and Brian, and we'll get some additional mastermind groups going. We really believe those are great vehicles for you. And they're based on the attitude of abundance, which you guys hear me talk about all the time, which is really what I believe is the DNA of our organization. The attitude of abundance is right, that when we openly share ideas with each other, we're transparent. We say, here's what's working, here's what I did, here's what's not working. We learn from the past, but don't live in the past. We embrace risk, and we encourage each other and believe the best is yet ahead. Everybody wins. And the crazy thing is, what we've found is when you live by the attitude of abundance, even though every one of you is an independent contractor and competes with each other, you all get better. We're still only going to have, after merging this thing together, maybe 38, 39% of the total market. There's 60+% of the market share for us to take from everybody else. So let's keep capturing the market. Let's figure out what our competitive advantages are, and let's make 2019 an unbelievable year. Let's start it off with a video.
You
Brooke.
can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, and don't settle. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. Most people give up on themselves easily. You know the human spirit is powerful. There's nothing as powerful. It's hard to kill the human spirit. Anybody can feel good when they have their health, their bills are paid, they have happy relationships. Anybody can be positive then. Anybody can have a larger vision then. Anybody can have faith under those kinds of circumstances. The real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. Fear kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can aid you, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you.
At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Behind your little feelings, it might not be absolutely nothing at the end of your little feelings. But behind every principle is a promise. And some of you in your life, the reason why you're not at your goal right now, because you just all about your feelings. You all on your feelings. You don't feel like waking up. So who does? Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months, a whole year. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. If you don't discipline and contain your emotions, they will use you. You want it, and you're going to go all out to have it. It's not going to be easy. When you want to change, it's not easy. If it were in fact easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you'll go all out. I'm in control here. I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this destroy me. I'm coming back. And I'll be stronger and better because of it. You have got to make a declaration that this is what you stand for. You're standing up for your dreams. You're standing up for peace of mind. You're standing up for health. Take full responsibility for your life. Accept where you are and the responsibility that you're going to take yourself where you want to go. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. Live your life with passion, with some drive. Decide that you're going to push yourself. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter about what happens to you. What matters is, what are you going to do about it?
This year I will make this goal become a reality. I won't talk about it anymore. I can. I can. I can.
To persevere, I think, is important for everybody. Don't give up. Don't give in. There's always an answer to everything.
This is the time of year that everyone sets goals. Beginning of last year, I set a goal I needed to lose 15 pounds. The great news is I lost 40. The bad news is I gained 50. Right? I wasn't as serious. I was more focused on work and other things, and now I've got to get serious about that. I want you guys to love and have a passion that burns inside of you for real estate. Michael Jordan says heart is what separates the good from the great. Right? It's that passion, that fire that comes inside of you that makes you more successful. And when your buyers and your sellers see that passion and that energy and that excitement and that love for what you do inside of you, they're going to want to be working with you because that's contagious. So that's the fire that we want to ignite inside of you guys. So we want you to have big dreams. We want you to set goals. I know many of us set goals here because it's the beginning of the year. We always do it. I hope you still have the same goals and you're on that same path a month, 3 months, and 6 months from now, because it's hard to have a goal, to stay focused on it, and to continue to move forward. We have started, Scott in the room? We probably need to bill out, and I'll go through that. Carrie, you in the room? Good. Agent billing, none of you have got one yet, right? No. You still have to pay it for the month. But we're not going to get them out on the way we've got to report some things up to Berkshire Hathaway for financial things. It was just becoming too much. We were bundling everything at the beginning of the month. We had to get them reports out by the 3rd or the 4th of the month. We had to get agent bills out by the 3rd or the 4th of the month. We're going to move agent bills back to where we can get them out by the 10th to 12th of the month. Is that fair? But you're not going to owe them on the 10th, obviously, if we get them out to you on the 10th. You'll owe them by the 20th, 10 days after we get them out. Is that correct? So if you don't have an agent bill by the 7th or 8th, don't freak out. It's not due on the 10th. We're going to get them out closer to the 10th of the month, and they'll be due 10 days from after that. So don't worry about that. On that, we're going to put on there the legal fund. So anybody that has any issues going on from this point forward, real estate commission complaints, civil lawsuits that are real estate related, that legal fund, which is $95 a year, but I think we decided we were going to prorate that between now and August because everyone at CBS Home has already paid that through August. You're going to be covered on that. So that'll be showing up on the agent bill that comes out this week. For those of you that were at Berkshire Hathaway, those of you that were already at CBS Home, you're already covered on that. I've been, probably 6 or 7 of you over the last couple weeks has been coming and saying, hey, can we bring in Tactical 88 or somebody from a security perspective to teach a class of what do we do to protect ourselves when we're going out to open houses, when we're going out to meet a person for the first time to show a house. And so we're going to talk to a couple different people. We've had some conversations about this. We had a situation a couple weeks ago where we had an agent that was very uncomfortable. Ended up being that there was 3 gang members in her house. She started texting her mastermind group, and one of them had called the police. The police have said that if you get in a situation where you're uncomfortable, call the police. Don't call someone to call the just call the police immediately. They can track your GPS on your phone. They can get there sooner than trying to add a middleman to that process. So we want you guys to use common sense when you're out there because we need you to be safe, right? If you're going to meet somebody you've never met before that you don't know, take someone with you. Try to get them to meet you at the office first. Put a system in place to keep yourself safe. I've had a buddy of mine that does security for Buffett, and another guy said, we can offer to do open houses at $50 an hour. And I'm like, that's great, but I don't think that works. People aren't going to pay $50 an hour to go to open houses as a general rule. So we're going to bring in somebody to do some training on that here in the next month. And those of you that would like to go to those classes, please do. But we understand that's an important thing. We want to put some policies in place and have some conversations.
We're going to meet with the captain in the next couple of weeks to talk about their perspective of what we can do. We're
going to meet with the police captain, here in the next couple of weeks because they're actually trying to put some sort of safety program in place actually for our industry. So we'll follow up with you guys on that. I want to talk about, I think this is a difference of cultures, and we've got now a lot of our agents doing this too. We have this all users, is that what it's called? BHHS email system. And then we've got this private Facebook page. And we've always tried to not use, and I'm quite honestly thinking about shutting down the BHHS email system because so many people hit reply all. So first of all, we need to all be respectful of each other. We've had a couple comments that are not good. I'm not overly excited about that. I missed an hour and a half of the football game on Saturday night. But we've always got to be respectful of each other, regardless of what our personal differences are. We as a leadership team, if you've got issues with other agents that we need to address, come to us. We'll sit down and we'll talk to you. And we're not excited about this stuff, but we would rather talk through these things. Let's not use a public format for other people to air our thoughts if they're negative about other people. It's not acceptable, it's not cool, and we can't do it. But the BHHS email thing, the thing that we have, and I was getting complaints well before this weekend, is that people are like, my God, people keep hitting reply all, reply all, reply all, reply all, and these emails keep bouncing in everyone's boxes. And so I think if you're going to use that, and we're going to make a decision whether we shut that down and just try to get all of you to use who's on the private Facebook page? Can I have a show of hands? So let's try to get everyone on that private Facebook page, because that's where we've tried to say, I've got a buyer that is looking at, for an acreage or 66 or something like that. And then the people that want to be on there can be on there and they can look. And we have a lot of people utilizing that vehicle. So I would like to try to push you over there first of all. If you're going to use the BHHS all user page, I would ask that you send it out and BCC everybody on it as a blind copy, so that if someone hits a reply all, it's just coming back to you. It's not coming back to 850, 900 people. Does everyone understand that? So any feedback on the all company email versus the company Facebook page? Has anyone got any input either way?
You know, what I found out was when we got on the Outlook is that the default was reply all. And you can change that default to just reply. From your phone. And I think maybe...
So the default she's saying is reply all. Is Maggie, you in the room? Is there a way, is that an individual computer and phone setting? That's not a setting that we can do on ours. So that's on each individual. Okay.
We can send out instructions.
We can send out instructions. That's assuming somebody will read them. So we know how that works.
Was that sent to the resource center, or was that sent to just an email? Because they're not just BHS.
Well, we have the resource center also for like e-cards and other things that you can send things. No, but this is through the BHHS email, all user system. So that's another vehicle that we have to utilize if you're trying to send out e-cards and things like that, is through the resource center. So questions, input? I was getting a lot of input over the weekend.
Is there a notification system on the DHHS Facebook page where you can be notified when those, and how do you access that? So when you have a buyer or you're looking for something, that it will...
Tabitha, can you answer that? Talk about what the question was first so everyone in the back can hear that.
So she was asking, is there a way to be notified when somebody posts in the Berkshire Hathaway site? And there is. You just join a group if you haven't. Go to BHHS AMB Agents. And you're going to see a little blue circle there. Click join. Someone in the admin team will add you there. And then once you start going back and forth, you're going to get a little red ding that says, hey, somebody just posted in the agent forum.
You can show that you want to see all posts, or you can filter it out. Brooke's going to show you. If you go to notifications there, you can see if you want to see highlights, all posts, and you can pick how you want it to show up, and then it'll notify you on your phone or on your desktop. Thank you. Yeah, you bet.
But you will get notified by that little red dot anyhow.
Any other input? Yes.
Is there a current email list on the e-card system?
Is there a current email? Yes. Current email list on the e-card system that's updated with all of our agents?
I say current, but it's probably, 30 days old or something. It's not every single day, but for
updated monthly.
What's it entitled, just so we pick the right one?
It's called BHHS Agents Only. And then we've got one BHHS
BHHS Agents Only is what's in there.
Thank you. Could you send instructions on how to do the Facebook page?
Send instructions on how to do the Facebook page. We would be happy to do that. Maggie, thank you. I don't have a computer, guys, so you're not getting anything from me. If you get a message from me, Brooke has sent it to you.
Is there something that could be pinned at the top of the Facebook page that tells you these things? That would be the first thing. So I know on other groups, they have certain things pinned at the top that they want you to always see. Is there something that can be pinned?
I'm not following that conversation.
Yes. So an admin can actually pin something that is part of their group to the top of to the top of the pages. There's something that needs to be out for everyone to see regularly.
Yeah, instructions would be helpful.
Yep. Okay.
Thank you, guys. So those of you not on the private Facebook page, please, we'll get that out today. Get on that. Use that as a vehicle for things that you have, that your buyers are looking for things. You got a hot listing coming on. That's a great vehicle to help you with those type of things. And we've had a lot of people over the years utilize that, enjoy that. Carrie, you want to talk real quick about commission checks and how those are going to be coming out a little bit different, and that's still possibly a work in process. We've kicked it off. We're not exactly sure where we're at on that.
That's probably the main point to make, is that it's still a work in progress. But we started cutting commission checks out of a new system. We're not doing it twice now, where we're keeping track of it in our transaction manager and then issuing a check from QuickBooks. We're just doing one fell swoop with processing it from Broker Wolf, which is our transaction manager. And it's been a huge undertaking for us to try to figure out how to convert what we were doing to what we're going to do, and we're still figuring it out, but we're hoping that the bottom line with all all this is just checks get done faster and we're not doing 2 steps. So with that, we've kind of had to make some changes with how the commission gets displayed on the commission stubs. So right now what it's doing is it's showing you the total number of commission you're collecting minus the 6%, and then it's adding the entire broker fee collected, so $495 or $295, whatever it is, and then subtracting the $265 to the company. So that looks a little different than what you've been seeing before, but for right now, that's kind of the best thing we could come up with to just get it working. And then as we start to figure out what our options are, we're gonna tweak it to be more of what everybody wants to see. So
yeah, the one thing that CBS was clearly doing better than us, and everyone that came over from CBS was always giving a running total of what your income was year to date. We weren't doing that on our checks. We're trying to get more, we're trying to use the system that we have to get closer to that, and we're getting closer, but we're not exactly there. Is that fair?
Yeah, and I think these check stubs will give you a year-to-date on each stub.
So we'll show you what your
huge
year-to-date
difference
income is.
too, so.
We'll show year-to-date sales volume also, or just?
I think just income.
Okay.
Yep.
So we'll continue to work on that. Questions on that, guys? All right, thank you. Regency, can you put up, I guess, what we do have on Regency? We have regardless of the rumors, we have a signed lease on the Regency building. I'm working with the architect, Mike Purdy, on doing the build-out on that building. So this is the back side, which is not going to be exactly like that. They cut this back a little bit as we negotiated, but we'll have a big, we're not going to have our circle. We're going to have, on the interstate side, a big sign going across the back of it, backlit. Can you show the next two? They are accurate. That's what the front entrance of the building is going to look like. And that's what, as you come up Essex, looking at the building, it's going to look like. And then there is going to be a courtyard between the two buildings where we'll kind of have a dummy balcony that won't open up to it, overlooking it. There'll be a courtyard, and Arun, the developer, is going to be on the first floor. White Lotus is his company, and they're going to try to bring in food trucks or food vendors a couple times a week to that environment. So our target still is mid-May, by June 1st at the latest on that thing. So we're going to work and push the architect as hard as we can. We're going to try to get the permit. I mean, we can't control getting the city any faster than we can. So we're going to work through this process, but we still think it's reasonable. It's going to be tight, but we think it's reasonable to get this thing done and wrapped up by sometime in May.
Which is the image that we would see from the interstate?
Well, the incorrect one. Yeah. So it's not going to have these last 4 panels. It'll have the rest. It won't have a circle. It'll have our name coming across from the left over Berkshire Hathaway as a sign. White Lotus will also have their sign up on the building somewhere. But none of that glass right now is there from the interstate. So we're going to do more glass for more private offices, and we will have internet. We'll have internet exposure. We'll have interstate exposure down there. Grandma Ellie.
Okay. How many agents would be accommodated there?
All of 3.
How many agents? We're going to probably, Mark, we're probably, I don't know how many you think we have committed there right now, but our gut is 100, and I think we've got probably 20 agents here that say that. So, I mean, our goal is probably that thing will hold 120, 125 agents. Yeah. Are you trying to move there? No. You trying to get away from me? No. All right.
Where does the entryway face? Is it north?
The entryway faces north. Yes. It's kind of right, you know where Enterprise Bank is there in the corner? You have to come in that little service road, go in front of Enterprise Bank, and then you come up Essex straight up towards it, okay?
There's a big parking lot out front.
It's a big circle. The parking lot's between it and another building.
Will our fobs work there?
So that's one of the things we're going to work on is, I think, Maggie, you're working on that with Sarpy County right now, right? We're trying to get, so the Sarpy County office, we'll have a second Sarpy County office in August. So the Sarpy County office, this office, and that office, we want the fob to be universal between all of those. So that, yes. And so everyone, again, regardless of what office you're in, if you're in Sarpy and you're up here, pop in here, use the conference rooms. Vice versa. Same thing for Regency.
What's the address?
I have no idea. It's something Essex. 10404 Essex Court. See, you have 200 people, you get an answer to everything. Yes?
Can you clarify if Berkshire Hathaway agents can use the Sarpy CVS office now?
Yes, that's what I did a bad job of. So if you're in this office and you're down in Sarpy County and you want to pop into the Sarpy County office and use the conference room or meet a client down there, you have the ability to do that. When we open up the new one, you'll have the ability to do that there in Regency. And vice versa. If you're in Sarpy County or you're in Regency or you're 159th and Dodge and you want to come out here to meet clients and use these conference rooms, that's the reason we want the one fob to be universal to all these. We want you to have the ability to pop in there, to make copies, to meet clients, to use conference rooms in any of these offices, regardless of where your home office is at.
When do we have to be out of 159th?
When do we have to be out of 159th? June 1st? Yeah. That's the reason we got to get this building done in May. Yes?
Does our fobs work in Council Bluffs or no?
Council Bluffs. Do our fobs, are there even fobs in Council Bluffs? No. It's a key. Your fob will not work in Council Bluffs. So if you work Council Bluffs a fair amount, who do we get keys from?
You'll get keys from Gail Hunter.
Gail Hunter and John has them also? I think John Kimsey. So John Kimsey, if you're over here, grab one from John Kimsey. He'll get you. Good. And we do have an office in Fremont too. And we have an office in Lincoln. I forgot about all we got going on. Say that again.
Gotta order those keys in advance because only one place to take them.
Who wants a key to Council Bluffs?
They're $75.
John, order 5 keys and charge these 5 agents $100. Order 5 keys and grab John. Give him a week, guys. All right. I lost what I was even talking about. We're making decisions. We have, those of you that are new to mastermind groups, we did some dream boards yesterday. We are huge on doing dream boards around here. And as with the group yesterday, half the people don't want to do them. Is that right, Scott? You were one of the guys bitching about it. But were you glad you did it?
Yes.
Yeah. And people are like, why are you doing dream boards? What's it got to do with real estate? And on the dream board, we don't tell you what to put on it. And yesterday was an example of different people were putting different things on them. Is the reason we love doing dream boards is, one, is allows the 14, 15 people in that room to really have a better understanding of what's going on and what's important to other people in their life. So it allows us to connect to them in a more meaningful way than we did before. There's common themes on there, but people will put a lot of times their goals, their business goals on there of I want to make so much money or I want to sell so many houses. But the common themes that we see all the time, family, faith, health, vacations, things like that. And what we found is the majority of people that say they don't want to do it, when they're done with it, they're like, I'm glad I did it. Because we want you to take an inner look inside of yourself. We come to work to make money. But what do we do with that money when we leave to go home? Hopefully it's to make money to do things that we love with people we love that we're passionate about, right? And so we want you to do this inner thing, is to say what's really important to me, what's on my bucket list, what's on my dream board, and to put that somewhere visual. You'll see as you walk around this office, in the admin office, we do this annually. A lot of people have those up there. We want you to do that so you understand, why am I coming to work? What am I doing this for? And then that dream board should not be the exact same dream board a year from now or 2 years from now. You need to be checking off things on that dream board. If not, you're not paying attention to the things that you said that are important to you if you're not doing any of them. So we just want you to be cognizant of it. We want you to get to know each other better. And the over-unders in every mastermind group is 25%. If there's 15 people, 4 people will cry. Now, everybody says when you tell them that, nobody's crying. Heather's so tough. I've never seen anyone cry more in my life than Heather. She's like, I'm not going to cry. I'm not a crier. I mean, I've seen her, like yesterday she was crying. I'm like, why are you crying? I had a cold. Okay, I don't feel good either. But dream boards, and we saw it yesterday. It wasn't real crying, but there was real emotions in almost everybody's presentation. And so that's when I know that when you've done that, it's meaningful when you're talking about your kids, your family, your health, things that are important to you. So if you're in a mastermind group, don't get in a mastermind group if you're not willing to do a dream board, because we're going to require everyone to do a dream board. And we do dream boards as managers and as staff also on an analyzed basis. So if you see all those dream boards around, that's what they're about. We have a lot of people, when they're done with those, they'll have their teams do them. And they have their family, they have their kids do them. They have kids help them put their dream boards together, and they have the kids do their own dream boards. So it really is a cool experience at the end of the day, and I hope you embrace that as you move forward. Okay. We had an accountant from Lutz come in, and we combined a couple mastermind groups 3 weeks ago, I guess the week right before Christmas, is that right? And he said something that caught me off guard. I looked at Ralph and I looked at Deb, and I thought their eyes were going to pop out. He said under these new tax laws, something that I've been telling all of you guys to do in the past, which is I need to stop saying, is that if you go out and someone's buying an executive home, and you say, hey, let's make this easy. You've got the cash. Go pay cash for that $800,000, $900,000 house. Go refinance that later. Here's the problem. That is now considered a home equity loan. And she said that if you go get a home equity loan on that property, that interest is not tax deductible as it has been in the past. I've told many of you in the past, as we've had these spring markets, that if you've got a first-time home buyer that's going to get in a bidding war with, on a $180,000 house with 10 other people, if they have the ability to go borrow money from a family member, a parent, or somebody and pay cash, right? Now they're not VA, FHA, or have a loan on this thing. That's going to make their offer look more appealing to the seller, and more likely for the seller to take that and then go refinance that to get their parent or whoever they borrowed the money from back in the next month or two. And they're saying that doesn't work. So that person's now not going to be able to write off that interest on their property if they do it that way. They've got to really, when they purchase that house, at the time they purchase the house, they got to get the loan at that point in time to write off that interest. So if you've been telling people in the past, go get cash from a parent, let's go refinance it later, that's going to make you more competitive. They need to make sure that they understand the ramifications of doing that. Any questions or thoughts on that?
Even if it's a new purchase, like they go out and get it, they're not refinancing, but then they're
Yeah. So if they've closed on the property, and now they go back 3 months later and finance it, that ends up being. She said, "Did I misunderstand that? Who all was there?"
Because it would be a new purchase.
Yeah, but they're considering that. She says they're considering that a refinance and a home equity loan,
Even though it's a new mortgage.
Even though it's a new mortgage. Yes.
Can you have mom and dad buy it, and then buy it from mom and dad?
So that was one of the solutions we came up with. You could have mom and dad buy it in their name, and then turn around and buy it from mom and dad. Now you are going to have doc stamps. You're going to have other costs associated with doing that, but you could do that.
Can you buy it from your wife?
Can you buy it from your wife? I don't know. I'll have to call Lutz. I don't think so. Was there anything else that was said? Was there anything? Yeah, Fred?
It does not apply to an investment property.
It does not apply to investment properties. Yes, you can take a home equity loan out on your personal property, and if you're utilizing that and use that interest, if you're utilizing that on investment properties, that is correct. Is there anything else that she said in there that really stood out to us? She really did talk about.
I think if I heard her right, I'm trying to remember what I was going to say. One of the things that she said is that only real estate professionals now, if you own rental properties, that rental income is not taxed, but you have to be a real estate professional in the LLC.
Yeah, that's not true. If you're a real estate professional, I'll use this building as an example. Right, and you have depreciation and write-offs. You can take 100% of those write-offs. On this building, we had a year or two ago, tons of depreciation as a new building. Because I'm a real estate professional, which all of you are, because you're full-time in real estate. If you have investment properties or things like that, you can take 100% of that depreciation in year one. If you're not active, she says she has investment properties as an accountant. They're not active full-time in the real estate business. She can only take a portion of that. So the benefit we have is if we're doing investment properties, we can take all of the write-offs, all the depreciation against our income in that given year because we're full-time real estate professionals.
As a real estate professional, you are eligible for the pass-through taxes of the first 20% of the income if those properties are held like in an LLC, whereas if you're a non-real estate professional, you still get the write-offs and the expenses, et cetera, but you don't get the first 20% as a pass-through tax.
The big thing so what happens in these new tax laws if you're making any money at all, you need to talk to your accountant about being a PC or professional LLC, because they've set up a situation for sub-S corporations that the top tax bracket's not 38%, it's 29 point some percent. There's a 20% tax deduction. You're going to pay 20% less taxes if you're in a LLC as a sub-S corporation. So make sure that you're talking to your accountant, because there's some serious, if you're being paid as an individual, you're going to have to pay the top tax bracket. But if you're a sub-S or a professional LLC, you got some benefits. Yes, sir.
The real estate professional designation applies also to people that spend at least 750 hours a year working their investment business. So you don't have to be just an agent. Anyone who has a sizable portfolio can get the same deductions that you as a real estate agent. That's really important as you're working with investors, to tell them about the 750 hours. Hard to do it when you have one property. If you got 10, 15, it's very easy to do. Every time you go to Lowe's, it's an hour. Every time you check out your property, it's an hour. So it adds up pretty quickly.
Perfect. Carrie's going to kind of talk through awards. We've had Carrie, Maggie, and I got together a couple weeks ago. We're trying to figure out, as we've merged the organizations together, how do we do annual awards? And it didn't seem fair to say we're going to put everybody under, for 2018, the rules that we have. So as CBS has continued to award people in the past, that's what we're going to do for 2018. As Berkshire Hathaway has continued to acknowledge and award people in the past, is what we'll do. So we're going to have one thing. We're going to try to move through it as fast as humanly possible. And then as we head into 2019, it will all be under one set of guidelines. Everybody will be together. There will not be office awards. It's a company award. You'll be and we will recognize, as an organization, we recognize individuals with an assistant, partners, small teams, which is 2 or 3 people, large teams, which is 4 to 10 people, mega teams, which is 11 plus people. So we recognize all these different categories on closed units, on sales volume, and all those type of things. And then Berkshire Hathaway, theirself nationally, has tons of recognitions, and there will be different levels. There's help me on it, leading edge.
They're competitive and non-competitive awards.
So you'll get different certifications or awards from Berkshire Hathaway. That is Chairman's Circle. There's 3 levels of that: President's Circle, Leading Edge, and so forth. And then there's a thing that's called the Top 100, which is the top 100 agents in the network. And I think last year you had to be 131 closed units, you and or your team, and the team goes towards that. And they also nationally recognize individual agents. So we will get all that information out to those of you that are new to the organization, so you can understand moving forward what the recognition is. We, on a monthly basis, will be recognizing top individuals, top partners, top small teams, top large teams, and that is and we recognize 7. I think we expanded each one of those categories.
That's usually for new pendings and new listings.
New pendings, new listings, yes. So it's not closed transactions during a given month. If you have questions about that, come and grab me later and we'll walk through that with you. But for 2018, we're going to recognize CBS as you have in the past, and we'll recognize the Berkshire Hathaway people as we have in the past, and then moving forward, it'll be under one new system. What do you need from everybody?
I'm just letting you know, this week and next week, we're going to be under a hard deadline to get everything reported to the franchise. So we're going to do our best to be sending out reports to everybody for confirmation on numbers, or making phone calls, one or the other, and just trying to work with us on getting back to us on any changes. Thursday's my deadline to submit everything, and then we have another few days to make changes. So it's going to be kind of fast and furious the next few days.
You've got some deadlines on convention also. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so if you're going to convention, I have to get my rooming list to the hotel with no changes that can be made from that point on by Friday this week, the 11th. So, and then if I think everything else is pretty much
everyone else is registered.
But the hotel stuff is kind of set in stone, and I have to get the list to them this week. So be looking for me on that.
All right. Guys, I kind of think Buffini just did a podcast the other day that believes that 2019 is going to be pretty similar to 2018. We've looked at the last 4 months. Now, I had someone call me the other day a top producer that said they closed over $6 million in December, and I was floored to hear that, which was her best month ever. Never in March, April, May, or June has she ever done that. So it seems like I had my first call over the weekend that we had a multi-offer situation where 5 offers came in on our property. So it does seem like activity's starting to pick up here a little bit. Interest rates have dropped down here a little bit. At the end of the day, guys, if you want to be great in real estate, you've got to be nurturing and building these relationships. That's the foundation. In the mastermind groups, we have more and more people saying, I'm getting out 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, doing coffees and lunches and face-to-face with people and asking for that business. You need to be doing that. But client appreciation parties, anyone in the room not doing those, please do those. We walked through that in pretty good detail, I think, yesterday of how to do that and a system in place. So if you want to do that, sit down with Heather and I, and we'll walk through what we believe the best way to make that as effective and as efficient as possible. But guys, as you start getting busy, I beg you, do not stop prospecting. Figure out how do you put a system and a process in place. Do you time block it, or what do you do to make sure that you're setting aside time every day, regardless of what else is going on in your life, to do that prospecting, because that's what's going to keep that pipeline full for you throughout the balance of the year. Anything else that we got going on here that you guys want to chat about? Are we excited for 2019? Yes. Right? The weather's been cooperating. I think that's helping our business a little bit. We've got a Good Guy Award. Yes, Matt Beers. I have no clue how he got that, but...
Sorry to all future winners that devalued this thing. Yes. Okay. All right. This goes to someone who's been very welcoming to me and my team. I don't see her.
She's probably sleeping. She didn't get out of bed yet.
Yeah. That's true.
She's pregnant? Does everyone know?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
They do now. I didn't know.
Is it a good thing I didn't hear that? Okay, that's good. All right. Well, so I'll just finish there then. Good Guy Award goes to Amanda Sway for being so welcoming, both to...
Is Amanda back there? Amanda, get up here. Talk about this pregnancy. How'd this happen?
Sway. Yeah, come on, get up here. Don't make me talk anymore. I need to do a
lot. She's on Briley's team. She'll start crying if she's
speaking. We will not have a sales meeting next week. I will be in California at Berkshire Hathaway's headquarters with Rachel, and we will be going through our Rethink Council meetings there for a couple days. The following week, we'll be coming back and giving you our top takeaways from these 15 top agents around the country on what they're doing to grow their business, what their best practices are. So that will be our sales meeting. That will be the meat and potatoes of our sales meetings 2 weeks from today. So please show up for that. We always get some great information, I think, coming out of there. So that's always a very, very cool meeting. So we got anything else? Zumba tonight at 5:30 here. Okay. Is anybody using the gym? Everyone, if you sign a waiver, says if you break a leg or hurt yourself, we're not responsible. If you sign that waiver, you can use the gym. Where's the gym? In the basement. And your fob, if you sign the waiver, John, you automatically then change their fob to get them into the, he's out there somewhere. John Wright, you change their fob. If they sign the waiver, that automatically gets you into the workout facility. So we'd love to have you use it. There's showers down there, restrooms, everything else. Yes, sir. Outside.
Effective immediately, 2019, if you refer somebody to the Results Coaching School of Real Estate, our pre-license program, exam prep, and the like, you'll receive 3 free hours of CE classes. Okay, so we're trying to put the school on a radar screen. We've got a 91.3% pass rate. Wes just passed here, first time, so we're welcoming him. But need your help and assistance and appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, love what you're doing. Continue to prospect. Stay focused. Make 2019 the best ever. If you need us, reach out to us. Thank you. Have a great day.